What's up, people? This is the Real King 187 here to give you my deck profile update on the Asceticism 6 Samurai. We'll go ahead and get started. Starting off with one of the key cards in here, Kajuki. Lets you special summon a 6 Sam out of your hand. Great for synchro summoning, especially utilizing Kagemushi to go straight into Shin. Kagemushi also gives you access to Asceticism, which lets you bring out Elder for some beast plays. Next up is Kaizen. Kaizen is freaking amazing in here, especially if you're able to get Gateway off early enough. You can actually go into Shockmaster more often than not. It's actually pretty damn nice to see. Great tech for these guys. Anishi gets rid of a lot of freaking exceeds that you don't really want to see up on the field, and a lot of your boss monsters just by removing. I mentioned earlier about Elder. Lets you special summon pretty much just like Cyber Dragon, and you can Asceticism without ever using your normal summon. Zanji, he's your Asceticism partner for freaking Kaizen. Lets you go straight into Shrieking Shadow of 6 Samurai, as well as any of your other rank 4 exceeds. Grandmaster, he's just an older but goodie. He's also good for your additional special summon for Gateway. And of course, if your opponent manages to destroy him by a card effect, unless you get a Samurai back out of the grave. And finally up for the monsters, 2 Effect Veilers. I've been questioning back and forth about Effect Veiler playing in this deck or main deck than anything. But however, it's been playing the most consistent in Sam, so I'm going to continue to run with just the 2. I might side in the 3rd if need be. Moving on to spells. Key for me, Asceticism. It's the main focus of the deck. Pretty much drop any monster and Asceticism out for another out of your deck right on to go straight into Exceeding. Next up, Gateway, boss spell, self-explanatory. If you get out Gateway, probability of winning skyrockets. 6 Samurai United, your draw power for the Sams. Going into your searching, 1 Rhoda, and 2 Shin Smoke Signals. And then your basic staples, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and some back row hate. Trap cards, going a little bit more on the defensive route. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 Compulse, Exceeds Worst Enemy, 2 Deep Prisons, Solemn Brigade with Judgment and 2 Warnings, and finally Torrential Tribute. That's it for the main deck. As always, 42 cards. Moving on to the extra, we're going to start off with the Synchro monsters. Beast, and he is exactly that, a beast. First turn, Beast is freaking amazing, especially if you can get some defensive traps to stop your opponent's summon or trying to get rid of them. Obviously, Shin. Apologize for the glare, but ultis don't play well with the light. And finally, Barkion. Just those 3 synchros, because I can synchro a lot more, but I want to try to keep it limited on the ones that actually come out the most. I had Stardust and Black Rose and a whole lot of other synchros up in there, Librarian, Catastor, which are all good cards. So just having extra deck limited. There's a lot more exceeds you can do in this deck than you can synchro, so it's a lot better just to keep with the synchros or keep with the exceeds. Next up, 2 Shadow. This may be the one change that I'll make to the extra deck. I might go down to 1, be that I don't go into Shadow as often as I would like, but it all depends on, because if I have Gateway, then I go into Shadow. If I don't have Gateway, I typically don't. Blade Armor, he is situational, however, it all depends on how the field is set up on whether or not I go into him. MX Saber Invoker, I go into him the majority of times when I can do a rank 3 summon, and that's mainly to fuel up for my freaking Shockmaster, especially if I have Gateway up on the field. I can pretty much set up exactly how I want it. Utopia, obvious staple. The Shockmaster that I just mentioned. Acid Golem, keep them in there regardless of the situation, and anything can come up where you can use them. Same thing for Zen mains. Mike Stroke, love them in pretty much any time I play with an extra deck. 10 Tempo, self-explanatory. Photon Papa Opera, and finally Gaga Cowboy always puts in work. But that is my build for the Season 6 Samurai or 6 Samurai. And if you got any comments, any suggestions, you know, leave them down below. Make sure you like, dislike, subscribe if you have not done so already, as I'm always trying to upload as many videos when I can. And as always, when you enter the throne room, bow down to the king.